Hello everyone, welcome back to the fast track revision series of electronic science for UGC NET exam. Right, so in this video we are going to learn about classification of materials. Okay, so based on energy band diagram. Okay, so that is energy band gap. Based on energy band gap, how the materials are classified. Right, if you are first time to my channel, please consider subscribing and don't forget to hit the bell icon to get video notifications from my channel. Right, so first of all we'll discuss about energy band diagram. Later we'll have the classification based on that. Right, so energy band diagram will be like this. Okay, so this band is called valence band and this band is called conduction band. So this is EC and this is EV and this is called as energy band gap. Okay, so along y-axis we have energy levels, along x-axis we have length of semiconductor. Okay, so along the length of semiconductor, how the electrons are divided or they are concentrated is given by the diagram which is called as energy band diagram. Okay, so the points which you have to remember here is, first of all, an electron in valence band is of type bound. Okay, and it does not support current conduction. That is, in a given semiconductor, before breaking of covalent bonds, all the electrons are tightly bounded to the nucleus. Yes or no? So all the electrons are tightly bounded to the nucleus. So all those electrons are represented by electrons in valence band. Okay, so all those electrons are represented by electrons in valence band. Try to understand the concept clearly. So all the electrons which are bounded, so initially before applying any external force, all the electrons, even the valence electrons also, even though the pressure or the force of nucleus on valence electrons is less, but the electrons are still bounded to nucleus. So that bounded electrons are represented by electrons in valence band. So all the electrons in valence band is of type bound and does not support any current conduction. Second, so when you apply some external force on the semiconductor, then all the valence electrons will acquire energy and they jump from valence band to conduction band. That is, they are becoming free. Okay, so an electron in conduction band is of type free and supports current conduction. That is, all the free electrons which are formed after applying external energy, all those electrons are represented by electrons in conduction band. This you have to remember. Very, very important points. 2 points are very important. So an electron in conduction band means all the electrons which are available after applying some external energy, so they are becoming free. So those electrons which are free are represented by electrons. So that is why an electron in valence band which is jumping from an electron in valence band is jumping from valence band to conduction band, leaving a hole here. Okay, so this is the So how much energy we have to give to excite an electron from valence band to conduction band is called as forbidden gap. So Eg, or which is called as energy band gap or forbidden gap. Okay, so energy band gap or forbidden gap is the energy required for electron to move or to jump, we will call to jump from valence band to conduction band. So that is called as energy band gap. Okay, so we'll discuss about this energy band gap in another video. Okay, right. So EV, what is EV and EC? So EV is the highest energy level of valence band, and EC is the lowest energy level of conduction band. Okay, so it starts from EC in conduction band, it ends at EV at valence band. So EV is the highest energy level, right, and EC is the lowest energy level. So if you want to write the formula for energy band gap, it is always equal to EC minus EV. So this total, so this gap is EC, the highest energy level, minus EV. Okay, so this is about energy band gap. Okay, you just have to remember all these points, right? So next we'll see about the classification of materials, right? So classification of materials based on energy band gap. So there are three types of materials. One, insulators, right? Second is conductors, and third is semiconductors. Okay, semiconductors. So the relationship between energy band gap is more in insulators. Energy band gap is more in insulators when compared to energy bands in conductors, and energy band gap, energy band gap in semiconductors is greater than energy band gap in conductors. Okay, so this is the descending order. So energy band gap is highest here, and this is lowest for conductors, and semiconductors having in between those two. Okay, so this is the relationship which you have to remember, right? Increasing and decreasing orders. These type of questions will be mostly widely asked. Okay, so for insulators, the energy band gap is almost very high, which is around 10 electron volts. So no free electron is available in forbidden gap or energy band gap. So no free electron is available. Okay, so that means conduction band is almost free. So there is no free electron available. That is why insulators are bad conductors of electricity. So that is why they are bad conductors of electricity, because no free electron is available for current conduction. Okay, as I have told you, in conduction band only free electrons exist, and those free electrons are ready for current conduction, but there is no electron in conduction band in the case of insulators, because high energy is required. Eg is around 10 electron volt, so very high amount of energy is required to excite an electron from valence band to conduction band, so which is not possible. Okay, so very high temperatures are required. So at those high temperatures we cannot use the materials. So insulators are always bad conductors of electricity. In the case of conductors, Eg is almost equal to 0 volts. Eg is almost equal to 0 volts. So in the case of conductors, conduction band and valence band overlap with each other. And no external energy is required. No external energy is required to excite an electron. From valence band to conduction band. So always they will be overlap with each other. So always there will be maximum number of electrons available for conduction. Okay, so there will be maximum number of electrons available for conduction in the case of conductors, right? So for semiconductors, Eg is around 1 electron volt. Okay, so less value of Eg will be there, so that we can give some external force to semiconductors to excite electron from valence band to conduction band. Okay, right? So this is how we can classify the materials based on energy band gap. Okay.